Hey, good morning, guys, and welcome back to TTSMC Radar. How are you all? I hope everyone is cool. If you can hear me, please let me know that. Good morning, Suzivan. Tamimi, good morning. Hey, Pillars, how are you, man? Good morning, by the way, brother. If you guys can hear me, please let me know that beforehand. Leandro, good morning, brother. By the way, guys, if you didn't change or switch your contract to NQU yet, please do that as soon as possible. The previous contract has been expired already, so we are using NQM, which was the June contract. June contract, right? January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, it was the June contract. Right now, we are using the September contract, which is NQU. If you are interested, then just add the M to get the micro mini. So MNQU 2026 is the running contract. I hope you have already changed it, but if you didn't yet, make sure that you have changed the contract. Okay. Good morning. Sound is good. Thank you so much, brother, for confirming. Sharada, good evening, brother. Thanks for being over here. Uh, I will talk about this price action a bit, but to be honest, I'm not confident, okay, at all. But whatever this market is doing, I have to accept this. Like here, while this market was going higher, every single time I was expecting some kind of reaction, sorry, retracement before going higher, but it was never been retracing. So it was just keep going higher. You see the candles, like the day it is going higher, it is just going higher. So most of the days it didn't provide any sort of retracement. If the market come back again into that type of bullish phase, I'm not well known of this type of price action. I'm good to trade this type of price action. Well, the market went higher, then retraced, then went higher, then show me something beautiful. I love to see this type of price action. But the way it is going higher, so it was going higher over here. I'm not familiar with this type of price action. Still, I am expecting some kind of reaction before going higher. We'll talk about that within a moment. I hope most of you have joined, and I have a very small period of time to explain the price action before 9:30. So I'll go over here. This is the all-time high. So when you will see this blue line on my lower time frame, the big bold blue line, that is the all-time high. I still didn't mark the minus 2.5 standard deviation. I'll mark that when market will go above this line. Then I'll look for that minus 2.5 standard deviation at least. As long as it's not going to take the all-time high, that minus 2.5 is not important to me. Okay. That was the last fair value gap from the daily chart. Yesterday, market has closed above the last PD array, the last bearish PD array. That was the last bearish PD array, that last fair value gap. This candle high, this candle open with the volume imbalance. The last PD array has been broken over here. There is a high probability this market will trade the 50% of this fair value gap and then start to go higher for this all-time high. It can happen, okay? Even though I'm not expecting this is going to happen, but it can happen. If it happens, I really don't know how to talk about this type of price action. In this type of scenario, I'll just avoid trading, or maybe I'll take some losing trade or something like that. I have no idea how it is going to work over here if it just react from the 50% of this daily last gap and then keep going higher. Why I'm confused, because this is the daily candle. So if you see this market actually fall until here and then close above the 50%, still you will be able to see there is a week and market perfectly rejected from this last gap. But this whole week over here, week, okay, WICK week, is gonna make a lot of manipulation in my lower time frame from 1 minute chart, 15-minute chart. Highly difficult for me to trade in this kind of scenario. Overall, I'm bullish until minus 2.5 standard deviation. I have to take my decision depending on the price action over here. So whatever the price is going to provide me around this area, I have to take it. So I don't have any bias today. I'll just look for the liquidity, whatever liquidity I have over here. I'll just look for those liquidities. No bias at all. Coming back to 15-minute chart directly, but before coming today's price action, I want to talk about yesterday's price action a bit over here. Okay. So this was the yesterday's price action from 15-minute chart around the morning session. So this is that first candle, okay, around 9:30. Market went here and then look at the rejection, lot of consolidation, then two candle, three candle, four candle, something like that, went up beautifully, went higher. And this is the PM session. Whole PM session was disaster to me actually. Unfortunately, I was not able to trade, not even a single trade I find over here. Maybe some of you found some trade over there. I don't know, but it was really disaster. However, this AM session was not good yesterday to me. It was two losing trade around the morning session and PM session, not even a single trade. Today's price action is over here. You see here, this that all-time high, this line. Actually, let me write it down, the all-time high. So later, all of you can see what is that. Okay, all-time high. And I'll make it black, right, middle, make it a bit bigger, a bit bigger. Okay, that's cool. So this is the all-time high over here so far. On my left hand side, there is a swing high from 15-minute chart. If you can see it over here, that is a swing high from 15-minute chart. And if you look on the right, this market came very near to this swing high over here, which has built a beautiful buy side liquidity. This high and that high relatively equal highs, a beautiful buy side liquidity. According to the inversion fair value gap logic, you see here this gap, market tapped to this gap, went higher, cleared this high over here. So I was interested to see, can it work as a resistance or as a inversion fair value gap from 15-minute chart and send the market lower for the first time for this sell side liquidity. And if it is overzealous, it can also go for this sell side liquidity from yesterday. Not thinking it will come over here because, as I told you at the beginning, from the daily chart, this is the daily last gap. This market can simply reject from the 50% and then keep going higher. So around 9:30, I will prefer this market first fall to take this relatively equal lows and then to reject from here. If it can do that toward this buy side liquidity which I have over here, that's gonna be best case of scenario. Okay, if it doesn't want to do that, instead of that, if it keep falling over here, I really don't know how to predict this fall, okay, or how I'm going to frame this trade. I have no idea. So whatever I will do, it's going to be a perfect gambling if I do something over there, because I'm not confident about the fall for this sell side liquidity over here. All I want to see, this will work as an inverse gap. We can go a bit higher to trade any of these gap because market went higher, cleared the buy side liquidity, market structure shift, entry fair value gap, last fair value gap. So if this market is bullish, the maximum up run should be until this gap. The maximum up run, the last PDRA should be this last fair value gap from the 15-minute chart. In other words, this is the breakaway gap. So for example, around 9:30, market started to go higher and market came here. This should be the last line. If this gap is broken, I'm not bearish anymore. I'm bullish for this buy side liquidity. But until this market is not going to break this last gap, I prefer this market to reverse either from this gap, which is the inverse gap, this gap, or to this entry gap. So it will come here and then fall to take this sell side liquidity. At least after clearing this sell side liquidity, I prefer this market to go higher again toward that buy side liquidity. Around here, market has built that buy side liquidity, and finally, if it can go for this all-time high, that is the best case of scenario. If it can clear the all-time high by today, I don't need to worry about anything else. This is how I'm thinking this market will work today. If it doesn't work like that way, instead of that, around maybe this candle just simply fall and take this sell side liquidity. If it happens, okay, without giving me some sort of bull run, if it just simply fall and take this sell side liquidity, I won't be able to catch this sell. And after doing this, I have to wait for this market to come over here and then to frame a buying opportunity by using this reclaimed fair value gap. So it's going to work as a inversion fair value gap at the beginning, then I would love to use it as a reclaimed bullish fair value gap for this buy side liquidity. If this market simply fall and take this sell side liquidity. So sometimes you see, right, around 9:30, market just open and keep falling. Just keep falling, right? Falling knife, something like that. No bull run, no nothing. Just simply fall. If it happens, I'm not able to take any sort of sell and I will just let the fall go and then I'll try to catch some sort of buy from here at first. If I find that that is the best case of scenario, if I miss the buy over here, maybe market came around this area without giving me any buying opportunity from here and it came over there. In that type of scenario, I will wait for a 50-minute candle to close above this gap and then I'll try to look for the buy again when it will use it as a reclaimed gap for this buy side liquidity. The worst case of scenario, the worst case of scenario is market will like do this type of scenario. It will just keep falling and take this sell side liquidity. That is the worst case of scenario. I am not sure what I will do in if it happens like that way for toward that sell side liquidity. Can it happen? Of course, it can happen. That's why I was saying yesterday, if market can take this sell side liquidity by today, that means yesterday, I will have no confusion about this market. I'll just simply keep looking for the buying opportunity. As this market didn't clear this sell side liquidity yesterday, instead of that left this sell side liquidity over here, now it is highly difficult for me to predict the market before it show me some kind of sign, because from the daily chart, I can simply predict that this daily last gap is going to hold the market and sending it higher for that all-time high. Okay, this is the last parallel gap or the last bearish period from a very high time frame, which is the daily chart. That is why I'm saying it's much more confusing for me to predict the fall for this sell side liquidity from the 15-minute chart. You see this sell side liquidity over here. Can the market really fall until here and then go higher? If it happens, of course it can happen. But in this type of scenario, I will not be able to trade this market because I have to go against the last parallel gap. Like yesterday, I was not able to take the buy because I couldn't go against the last parallel gap. Today also, I can't I can't go against the last parallel gap. So it should work as a resistance yesterday. When it failed to hold the market, now it should work as a support. I've seen in my life lot of time that the last gap, when it is broken, it worked as a beautiful support. Moreover, today is Tuesday. Tomorrow we have the FOMC. So market can leave this sell side liquidity for tomorrow as well. I have no idea if it can happen or not. But Tuesday is the manipulation day. So yesterday was expansion day. So I'm not thinking this is gonna be a manipulation day. But if you see yesterday's high has been cleared, this is the high of the yesterday. So market can target the previous day low as well. So maybe market will follow the narrative, daily narrative, manipulation narrative, and it's going to build the maximum high or the weekly high or the weekly low by today. So Tuesday is the best day to predict the weekly high or weekly low, whatever it is going to create. It can actually do that by today as well. So maybe this can be the weekly high, this week high, or maybe it will fall and take this low. That's gonna be the weekly low, and then market will go rest of the time. Market will go for that all-time high. If you ask me, I wanna see this market to be bearish today, like not going to take the all-time high by using the FOMC. Market will go for the all-time high. That is the my expectation. I'm interested to see this type of scenario to happen. However, I can be wrong, but more importantly, I'm interested to see this sell side liquidity and that buy side liquidity. So in between this buy side and sell side liquidity, if I find some sort of entries, I'll prefer to go for that. If the market never fall and never take this sell side liquidity, instead of that, keep going higher and go for this buy side liquidity, I'll simply avoid any kind of trade. So I'll just go for framing some trade, but not interested to go for any kind of trade over here to this market without my plan. Okay, so if it keep going higher and take this buy side liquidity, or if it keep falling and take this sell side liquidity, if it happens like this way, I'm sorry, I'm not able to trade this market. Otherwise, if it just go for the internal liquidity, which is over here, after clearing this liquidity, go for this buy side liquidity, I'll be able to trade this market according to my higher time frame expectation, as well as the lower time frame expectation. That is all about the market or pre-market. And from 1 minute chart, as you can see here, this is the PM session yesterday. So this is long sheet over here. Like I just fed up with this market, to be honest, yesterday. Like there was not even a single trade to me. Yeah, of course you can see this is market structure shape, fair value gap trade, this fair value gap, a beautiful run over here. I am not going to argue with you, brother. No arguing. But overall, this seems like a very bad price action to me. Around the morning session, long-term consolidation over here, and finally boom. So first market open, boom, started to consolidate, boom, started to consolidate, and turned into the what to say, I mean the lunch hour. Yeah, let's see, guys, how it's going to work. From the 15-minute chart, I would love to mark this 15-minute gap as well. Entry gap as an entry gap from 15-minute chart. So I'll keep this gap as well to my chart as an entry gap. And this is that inverse gap. I'm just interested to see this market to go higher a bit, then fall for this sell side liquidity, then go for this buy side liquidity again. That is how I'm going to expect this market to work. If it happens, I'm happy. If it doesn't happen, I'll see. Please don't forget to push the like button and subscribe to our channel if you didn't subscribe yet. Okay. Sound is good. Thank you. Hi Tito. Good evening. Sharada. Good evening, brother. Bom dia. Muito bem. Obrigado. Senor Jamil. Tudo bem? King Julian. Lol. I have the same idea. Let's see, brother, if it can help us. Hey Ali Jali, how are you, brother? Vin, what about TGIF? TGIF is not going to happen, brother. I didn't talk about the TGIF at all because yesterday you can see here, this is the weekly candle over here, and this candle opened before 9:30. Market was here, around there, right? Remember, market was around there. It was nearly impossible for this market to fall and come for the TGIF lines. It was a huge run. So if it happens, there's gonna be a big crash on the stock market. I'm not interested to see that type of big crash because a lot of people will start to cry if it happens. Good morning, Uchuk. Thanks for the penguin, man. Guys, don't forget to push the like button. Mickey, hello, brother. Alijali, I cannot read the numbers on his chart. When you refer to a line, can you read the number as well? Okay, I'll read it next time. Good morning, Jaid. I saw that you have passed another account. Weekly candle week should send it lower as a higher time frame. Can be. We'll see, brother. Good morning, Red Cherry Plum. How are you, brother? Good. Yes, bro. Thank you. You're most welcome. Good morning, Hyde. 2 minutes till open. Before the action begins, take a moment to smash that like button and hit subscribe. Please do that for us. Okay, guys. Also, Apex has 90% discount. If any of you are interested about the Apex, please make sure that you have used the code T2 Wizard and get that 90% discount for Apex. On the top of this area, I just write it down like this way. Does it will look good, guys? I'm just asking. I see that people's life looks so beautiful. My one is very normal, but it's okay. How does it look like? And please don't forget to push the like button, okay? How many likes did I get so far? 73 people are watching, 22 likes. Can you guys please push the like button? That's all I'm asking for. Likes, 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 likes. Hey, Jesse, good morning. Good morning. Have a great trading day. Thank you so much, man. Oh, Apex for Apex, please don't use the T2 Wizard code. For Apex, the code is T2T. Okay, that's the code for Apex. T2T. There's the opening gap. Going to mark that opening gap. T2T is the code for Apex. So as I told you, if it just fall, take this liquidity. I'll look for the buying opportunity. And like if it keep falling for this sell side liquidity, I'll have nothing to do. Simply nothing to do. After clearing this sell side liquidity, I'll have the opportunity to look for buy only. But as long as this sell side liquidity is not taken, any kind of buy run is not a valid buy for me. So, for example, it didn't clear this sell side liquidity. Okay, instead of that, it started to go higher and come here. I'll start to look for any sort of selling opportunity over there again for this sell side liquidity. So let's see. T2T. T2T is the code for Apex. Is there anyone who is an Apex trader? Actually, you are trading through Apex. Thank you, Tamimi, for confirming T2T. I'm sorry if I said T2 Wizard. That's the code for Lucid Trading, Tradify, Trade Day, for them, Bullnox. But for Apex, the code is T2T. T, sorry, T2T. Oh man. Uh, Dow is extremely bullish. ES is bit bullish. Not beautiful, but a bit bullish. Let's see how is it going. You wanna take the sell? Go for it, man. You wanna take the buy? Also go for it. For me, nothing. If you watch the ES, you will be able to see that ES is extremely bullish. So over here, you can see here, ES is extremely bullish. If I show you the Dow, Dow is more bullish, and this is the NQ actually so far. NQ is bit bearish. Let me see what is happening on dollar index. Dollar is also bearish. I want to see this market to go higher at first, then fall. I like to copy trade. I'm not that at level with Apex. Emotions are high with 20 accounts, but we'll get there very soon, inshallah. Jaid. I'm trading Apex and Trade Day. Thank you so much, Jamil. Please use the code T2 Wizard for Trade Day. Trade Day is also good, actually. It is the substitute of Take Profit Trader. And in my opinion, they're much more cheaper. And also, they don't have the trailing drawdown as well. They have the daily payout. Not bad at all. Bro, 50-minute 5:45 candle is breaker block. I have seen that breaker block actually. Um, this candle. I don't know, is that, yeah, 5:45. Like this candle, I was thinking about a breaker block. Not a perfect one, but still that was a beautiful breaker block over here. So that's something like I wanted to see this market to go higher until this breaker block and then fall. But as this candle has traded this one, it doesn't need to come and do all of these things. But this is what it is. Okay, I really needed to see a fall. So far, this market has cleared that sell side liquidity with a shallow run from 15-minute chart. So this low has taken this low by a shallow run, which was the obvious liquidity. Obvious liquidity has been cleared over here by another shallow run, which is called the liquidity is done. There is no liquidity left. Now let's see if it can start to go higher. There is two opportunities to get the entry. First, order block. Second, 22 YT model. Not two, actually three opportunities to enter. And third is inversion fair value gap. Now, I don't think so any of them is going to appear on the chart. So liquidity has been cleared. I don't know how you guys are going to enter over here, but now I'm interested to see this market to go for this buy side liquidity over here. But I really don't know how you are going to enter. I don't see anything over here yet. so that I could enter into this trade. Liquidity clear. Now it should go toward that buy side liquidity. That is my only expectation. If it doesn't go for that, instead of that keep falling for this sell side liquidity, I will have nothing to do. Just need to see if I can find any trading opportunity around that area, any entry opportunity actually. So far, I didn't see any. Hey Khalid, how are you, brother? Did someone try this the trading pit? What is the trading pit? If you find any trading opportunity, please let me know that. So far, I didn't see any. I'm only interested to take the buy right now because the liquidity has been cleared. I don't, this market doesn't need to clear this liquidity one more time. Of course, it can do that, but it doesn't need to clear this low one more time because this low over here has taken over here by a shallow run, just by a tick. And then this low has cleared over here by another shallow run. That is called the liquidity is gone over here. I just need the buy run right now. To be honest, this is not a good market structure shift to me. Like this is the sideways candle. Otherwise, I would go for the buy from this gap. Unfortunately, this is not a valid swing high to me, so I'm not going to frame this trade. Instead of that, I'm watching can the market close above this gap. Sorry, I'm not above this candle, so that I can take a buy from this order block. So if it close above this candle, I'll take the buy from this order block. First, it has to close above this candle. If the candle close, I'll take the buy. I'll try to take the buy. Not yet. This is not only the sell side liquidity, but also the daily last fair value gap 50%. Okay. So that is actually holding the market. Previously, two times it hold it. Third time also it is holding the market. So I'm not believing the sell side liquidity. Actually, I'm believing the uh, last fair value gap 50% that is holding the market. But we'll see if it can provide the opportunity. If it doesn't provide the opportunity, I'm not going to take the trade. Otherwise, I'll go for this trade. I'll remove it for now and we'll wait for the trade when it is going to appear on the chart. This order block entry is valid as long as this low is not going to be taken. If this low is taken, this order block entry is not valid anymore. If this line is taken, no more order block entry is valid from here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's see if it can come back again to this order block. If it come back to this order block, I'll be in this trade. If it doesn't, I'll miss this trade. Absolutely okay. That is the upper quadrant of the opening gap. Upper quadrant of the opening gap. I need some kind of reaction from any of this opening gap quadrant level so that it can come back again to this order block. Just a reaction. Let's see if I'm lucky, extremely lucky, then it will fall. Otherwise, I'll just miss this trade. And then I'll wait for this candle to close above this gap. You guys remember? Above this gap from 15-minute chart, then fall to this 50-minute gap again to frame another buying opportunity from this gap. Come on. Come on. Come. A bit more. Risk is a bit bigger, like 35, 34 handle. Unfortunately, still I was not able to cover the whole order block, but just covered the mean threshold of this order block by 34 handle. I think it's a good risk in my opinion. That's the mean threshold of this order block, the 50%. I prefer this market to stay above this line over there. We'll try to take a 1:1 partial, and then next partial level over there. Let's see if it can go higher. I'm not taking a huge risk. That's my benefit over here actually. That is the 50% of the opening gap. I want to see this whole gap to be closed right now. Also, I'm interested to see an bullish gap that will I'll use as an unfilled gap so that I can put my stop loss a bit higher. However, if any of you are in this trade and you are able to take the partial, make sure your stop loss is at the break even. Don't copy my trade, okay? Please, it's a request. If you find the partial, put your stop loss to the break even. That's all you are going to do. If any of you are in this trade, I need a bullish gap over here so that I can mark it as a unfilled gap. So a bullish gap is highly important for me to trail my stop loss. If you have got the partial, make sure your stop loss is at the break even, please. That's a very small gap, even though I'm not interested to mark this gap as an unfilled gap. It's a very small gap, by the way. Let's mark it. If you found the partial, your stop loss should be at the break even. Actually, let me put the stop loss at the break even. Do you know why? Because right now it is trading the entry fair value gap. It has the probability to reverse from here and keep going for this sell side liquidity. I don't want any of you to take that risk. If it come over here, that is the good case of scenario. Even if it fail to come over here, you will get the partial, which is 34 handle. Not a bad small, I mean bad partial, is a good partial, and your stop loss is at the break even. Perfect. I need the unfilled gap, but I'm not sure that is this the unfilled gap market has already built or not. But so far, I will just mark it as an unfilled gap. Not convinced yet by this candle. If it would tap over here, I would move my stop loss a bit higher. But as it didn't tap over here, I'm not interested to move it a bit higher, it can come back again to this gap to trade this gap before going higher. So wanna leave this gap, I mean, sorry, stop loss to the break even, as long as it's not going to touch this gap over here. I'd love to move my stop loss a bit higher, just below this unfilled gap. And would love to see speed through this gap. One or two candles should break this gap, like with speed. If it can break this gap, I'll move my stop loss a bit higher below this candle actually. Let me keep my stop loss to the break even. Not building any gap much. I think it's just a consolidation. I'm waiting. Opening range gap filled. Opening the gap fill entry gap. Okay, boom, done you. Did you? Why even did that trade, brother? 15-minute 545 candle is a breaker. That's a breaker. I agree with you, Sujivan. That's a good breaker actually. Not only good breaker, that is awesome breaker. Like one of the best breaker from my higher time frame. So that's I'm a bit afraid. Does this market really interested to fall for this sell side liquidity over here? If it really would love to do that, it is going to react from that 50-minute 545 breaker block. But still, I have the confidence as long as this gap is not filled 100% that it will go through this and it will reach at least until the 50% of the entry gap, at least the 50%. And that will be awesome if it can do that because it will be more than enough for being profitable. Like 68 handle, awesome. So let's see if it can do that. 1400 for the day. I'm out. Thank you. Locked out. Boom. Congratulations, Jaid, for your boom, brother. Took long from 933 order block. 933 order block. 933. Where is that? 930. You took the this. You have used this order block. By the way, thank you, Dunchi, for bringing it over here. Remember, what did I say? If this low is taken, no order block entry is valid. The real order block is over here. That is the real order block around this market. I was not brave enough to take the trade from this order block. That's why I waited for the propulsion block to take my entry. This is not the real word block, that is the propulsion block. But I was not brave enough to take the entry from this real word block. Okay. By the way, you have done a good job, don't you? That was the best word block. That's why I told that if this low is taken, no word block entry is valid over there, because this word block is going to support the next word block or the propulsion block, so that I can frame the trade over there. This is so bad. I'm going to remove the opening gap. I want to see these levels to work as a support, either the 50% or the upper quadrant or the high, any of this, or the lower quadrant, any of them to work as a support and send the market go through this specific gap. So that is all I'm interested to see. But I'm going to remove this from my 1 minute chart. I'll keep it to my 15-minute chart because the chart is a bit messy over here. So that's why I just remove it from my 1 minute chart. But still, I'm watching those lines to see if they can hold the market and send it higher. First of all, I want to see the 50-minute candle to close above this gap. See this gap over here? This is the low of this gap. This is the high of this gap. That specific inversion fair value gap. If it can close above this inversion fair value gap, then I want to see this gap to work as a support and to send the market keep going higher. Okay. Still, this gap is unfilled. You can see over here, the gap is not filled 100%. Okay, now it's filled. I don't think so it's going to work. So I'll get stopped out whenever this market is going to fall. Now I will just move my stop loss. This candle will close. I'll put it just one tick below this gap. I mean, sorry, this candle. Otherwise, I'll get stopped out. I think I'm going to get stopped out. I'm not going to believe this trade anymore. So my stop loss is just below this parallel gap that I wanted to see unfilled. Just one tick below this gap. If it hold the market, send it higher, good. Otherwise, I'll get stopped out when it will just fall and close this gap. Because the unfilled gap was my only interest to see as an unfilled and send the market higher. As it didn't do that, it has a high probability to fall and go for the sell side liquidity over here by reacting from the 15-minute breaker block. So I don't see any logic over here to put my stop loss to the break even anymore. So whenever I'll get the opportunity, I'll move my stop loss. If the candle can close above this, I'll move my stop loss to the uh, just below the 50% of this candle. All I need to see a body close above this candle. If it can do that, I'll move my stop loss just below the 50% of this candle. Otherwise, I'll get stopped out. Yeah, I got stopped out. Partial stopped out at the break even. That 50-minute holding the gap. The breaker block is holding the market. So we'll see if it really interested to fall. I think it will go for this sell side liquidity. Okay, so I'm now going to target that sell side liquidity. At it, as it has actually given me an opportunity, I would love to catch that opportunity. Come on, man, don't fall without me. To also count the candle, one, two, three, four, five. Within five candle, I have to take this trade. Otherwise, I'm not going to take this trade. I'm not going to take this trade. As I told you that I was only interested to see this run toward that buy side liquidity. Excuse me. That is the entry fair value gap from 15-minute chart, market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. This gap is aligned with the breaker block from 15-minute chart. So I was interested to see, can it go through this gap? If it could do that, this buy side liquidity would be like obvious to me. As the market failed to go through this, instead of that fall and give me another market structure shift, either from here or here, whatever you would love to use, you can use. And that is the gap. I want to catch this sell from this gap and on a hold the trade until the sell side liquidity, which is over here, with clearing some partial. So we'll see if it can take me and then fall or not. Okay, just a bit more. Let's see. There you go. So 36 handle is gonna be the first partial. First, I wanted to put my stop loss above this high, but later I thought that maybe it will take this high because there is an also an how to say that, like some kind of consecutive bearish order block, 1 to 3 candle consecutive bearish order block. It has a probability to reach until the opening of this candle. That's why I just moved my stop loss from this high to above this high, which is almost the 50% of this candle. So fortunately, I think that fortunately I'm not going to get stopped out, and I'll see if I can get the partial, at least the 1:1 partial, and then I'll see this low to fall if it can fall here by limit, and then I'll hold the trade until this area. Okay, so far it has provided me 22 handle. I just need 14 more handle to get my first partial. As I told you today, I don't have any bias. Whatever the market is going to provide me, I'm going to take it. So first market has provided me a buying opportunity from the order block. I took that buy. Now this market has provided me a selling opportunity. I took that sell. After that, if the market give me again the buy, I'll go for that buy again. So whatever the market is going to give me, I'm going to take it. I want to see this candle to work as an order block and send the market lower. This is one of the best order block in this market ever. I want to see this market to stay below this line. That is the mean threshold of this order block. Nobody should close above this line. That mean threshold. Okay. So if the body, I mean, sorry, if the candle stay below this line, that is a high probability to be a order block. Otherwise, this market will go higher and build another highest up close body close candle as an order block. To me, this is one of the best order block. It doesn't need to go higher again to build another order block. It has tapped to the 50% of the opening gap, working as a resistance so far. Let's see if it can fall from that area. Today's opening gap 50%. Upper quadrant has been traded of the opening gap. Not a good sign. I'm going to put my stop loss over here after this candle close. Okay. So when this candle is going to close, I'm going to move my stop loss just above this candle. Not going to take this trade anymore. I mean, sorry, holding this stop loss, big stop loss anymore. So just put it over here after this candle close. I hope I'll be survive until this candle close. Nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, 1, 0. I'm good to get stopped out above this candle. So the good luck. Wow. I was afraid about this gap. Okay, so I'm still afraid of this gap. I'm not able to close my trade prematurely. I don't do that actually, because whenever I close my trade intentionally, it always works. That's why I'm not closing it. But I'm observing this gap. If this gap is holding the market, there is a high probability it will start to go higher again. So I don't want to get stopped out to that specific area. Instead of that, I will just try to put my stop loss as lower as possible. So if this holding the market, there's a high probability to take the buy again. So I just don't want to go against this fair value gap. If it can go through this fair value gap, I'll be able to put my stop loss to the break even. It's not luck, okay? Why it is disgusting again? While I'm seeing how it is going to react with this gap. If it is holding the market, I'm not interested to hold my trade. If it is failed to hold the market, I'm interested to hold my trade. Now the risk is 16 handle. I'm not going to move it anymore. Okay. So even if it doesn't work, I'm cool with that, because just the risk is 16 handle. I don't care, man. I can be wrong again. Maybe it will go higher. I don't care, because my risk is now 16 handle. So it is absolutely a limited risk. If it provide me the partial, I'm happy to get that partial of 36 handle, and then I'll try to hold my trade until here, which is more than enough for being profitable. And if it doesn't do that, it stop me out around 16 handle. I'll take that 16 handle risk loss. Not even a single body should close above this above the 50% of this trough fair value gap. Above the 50% of this gap, nobody should close. However, I'm going to move it a bit lower, not 1 is to 1, until to the top of this daily fair value gap. Okay. So I'll try to hold it until the top of the daily last fair value gap. Not exactly third 1 is to 1, a bit more than 1 is to 1. Because if it really would love to fall for this 36 handle, 37 handle, it will simply tap to this line. I believe so. And as long as this candle is not going to close above the 50% of this trap gap, I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel if any of you are new, as well as don't forget to mention any kind of feedback, okay? Anything. Just ah, come on, man. If you have any feedback, feel free to share it with us to the comment box. Thank you, Tamim, for sharing our Discord. There, Tamim has shared the Discord link. If any of you are interested, please join our Discord. Okay. It's a 40 handle partial. Now I'll try to hold my trade until 82 handle by putting my stop loss to the break even. Okay. So this is the break even here. I'll just put my stop loss to the break even to see if it can provide me 82 handle or not. If it do that, then I'll try to hold my trade for this line after getting this partial. I'll put my stop loss, sorry, here a bit higher actually until the 50%, not exactly 82 handle, instead of like 71 handle. Okay. Okay. Oh, she's so angry today. She's so hungry actually, I guess. Yesterday I framed two trade, both of them are losing trade. Today I framed two trade. First trade was a partial, and this trade so far has provided me nearly how many handle? Let me see actually how many handle. 60 handle, nearly 60 handle has been provided already. I'm just trying to catch my second partial around 71 handle. So hope for the best. I hope I'll get my 71 handle partial as well. Yesterday, I had a loss of 21 handle, 29 handle. So 40 handle loss. I told you that losing is the part of this game. So yesterday, it's not working. Let it go. Come back today. I believe that it's going to be absolutely a different day and you will get a huge profit. So some days will be wrong. You will be wrong. Maybe market is not interested to provide the price action you are interested to see. Stop that those days. Come back the next day. Next day is always the better day. Okay, always the better day. I wish I'll get my profit actually. It should go one tick below this line to break the order block. Okay, there you go. 71 handle partial is taken. I'll simply close my trade over here. Okay, because I need to see the boom actually to the chart, to the chat. That's I'm just going to close it. Otherwise, I would hold it until that area. Okay, so that's the boom. I would hold it here, but I wanted to see the boom on the chat. Just because of that, I closed it over here. Otherwise, I would let the runner go as long as I was feeling good by trailing my stop loss. But I needed to see the boom to the chat. That's why I have closed that over here, which is nearly 80 handle. Two loss yesterday, two boom today. Okay, one partial, one huge boom. I prefer a boom to the comment box, guys, please. One CB now. Yep, brother. Hey, Abihus, how are you, man? What did you ask? Did you ask me anything? Hey, Tito, I want to join your Discord. Put Discord is asking for phone verification. Can you do something? Tamimi, can you please take a look of that? He's an expert actually. I'm not an expert of Discord. If Tamimi can help you a bit, I will be grateful, Tamimi. I prefer to hold this trade until this line over here, until here, okay? Just to write down boom, I close my trade over here. Otherwise, I would hold it at least until to this line over here by trailing my stop loss one tick above this candle. Ali Jali, this chop is terrible. Absolutely, brother. Do you think sell side liquidity will be break this time? I think so. That's why I framed the sell actually. So I took the buy, and when it respected the bearish PDRF from the 50-minute chart, the beautiful breaker block as well as 22 white model entry gap even failed to reach until the 50% respected this gap, which is aligned with the 15-minute breaker block. I was more interested to see it will fall. And then look at this market structure shift, beautiful fair value gap. Tap to this area, and then now trough fair value gap was over there. If I would get a stopped out here by anyhow, I would re-enter over here from the trough fair value gap by believing that not even a single body is going to close above this trough fair value gap 50%, and then fall from there partial so far. And I prefer this market to reach until this line over here. I believe that it will fall over there. I can be wrong again, but I really believe that it will fall over here. Right now, my stop loss would be just one tick above this high, just one tick above this high. Even if I'm wrong, I don't give a shit. But stop loss could be just one tick above this high. Ali Jali, what is your lowest target? My lowest target is 30502.75. 30502.75. That is my extreme target, if it makes any sense. Hey Daniel, thanks for writing. Boom, man. Small scalps. Boom. Boom, Sudivan. Thank you, man. Jamil, thank you so much for writing. Boom, brother. Uchuk, boom. I'm simply wait for this for third trade. I entered 955 order block. Okay, you took the entry from here. Highly risky. This is not one of the best idea to enter from this order block, brother. But good job. So far it worked, right? So beautifully it has worked. So I should not say that this is not a good order block. It is Uchuk, that's why I'm saying this to him. It's not a good order block to enter, brother. So always be careful, okay? Why it's not the order block? Because it's not changing any state of delivery. This is simply a bearish market. So it's not changing in a state of delivery. This is changing in the state of delivery because after coming here to the bull, then fall again, then it started to go higher. So it's going to change the state of delivery. Bull, bull state of delivery, fall, and started to be bull again, retracement, bull again, change the state of delivery, let the market fall. But here from the 15-minute, you are using this from the 15-minute chart. So from 15-minute chart, it's absolutely not the change in state of delivery. There you go. Okay, that's your 136 handle boom. Yesterday, remember how much was our loss? 21 handle, 29 handle. So far, it's like 40 handle, something like that. I believe it will go for this sell side liquidity, maybe thanks to the market because that happened. If it wouldn't happen, instead of that, this market is falling like here, I wouldn't be able to catch this sell as well. Thank you, Danchi, for writing boom, brother. Jamil, thanks for being giving me the penguin. Khalid, I'm in losing streak. Oh man. Uh that is the part of the game. So you have to accept it, man. Hey Posada, thanks for that penguin, brother. Sammy, boom, brother. Well done today. Nice shot. I was tracking that also. Awesome, brother. Congratulations for you, boom. Boom, I'm simply wait for the enter 955 order block. Okay. Abhi left the chat. Okay. Abhi's left the chat. That's cool. We have seen the boom, and now it's time to boom the likes. So how many likes did I get? 100 people are watching, 47 likes. Guys, come on. I deserve some likes. So give me some more likes, guys. I'm not asking for the mentorship. I'm not asking for the course to join, to pay me. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just asking for the likes. Why you are not giving me the likes? This is I deserve the likes. Come on. What is the number of the lower line? 30502.75. 30502.75. Again, it doesn't need to go over there, but if it go over here, that is the best case of scenario. Okay. So what happened right now? This market has built another sell side liquidity. This low, that low, relatively equal lows. A beautiful sell side liquidity has been created. I want to see this market to go higher again and then fall for this sell side liquidity right now. So I'll see if it can provide me any other entry opportunities. Buy gave me a partial, stopped out to the break even. Sell over here gave me a partial, second partial, and the boom over here. So a beautiful boom around that area. Hey Blum, thanks for writing boom, brother. Sharada, thank you so much, brother. Okay, brother, thank you. You're most welcome. Uchuk, please don't mind. Okay, I'm not judging you, brother. You know that I don't judge any of you. I feel good to say something to you. That's why I told you. Team, boom. Thanks, man. Nice work. Thank you so much. A late no trade today. No trade is the best trade, in my opinion, guys. I mean, team. It's my opinion. By the way, team, I'm just going to give some account to the members, whoever is my members. So maybe one or two account I'll try to give it to you from the Lucid Trading. If any of you are interested about Lucid Trading, please make sure you have used the code T2 Wizard. It's one of the best platform in my opinion, and you will get a 50% discount for first two account if you use the code T2 Wizard. I prefer to go for Lucid Pro or Lucid Flex. Okay, like Lucid Flex is my favorite one, even though I'll try to give you the Lucid Pro because some of you like no, like no one day to pass, right? Something like that. One day to pass. So that's I'll try to give you the Lucid Pro. But Lucid Flex actually has the consistency around the eval. Lucid Pro doesn't have any consistency in the eval, but in the funded it has 40% consistency. For Lucid Flex, it doesn't have any consistency around the eval. I'm sorry, around the challenge. It has the consistency around the challenge, but it doesn't have any consistency while you'll be funded. This is really one of the best platform in my opinion right now. Lucid Trading, they have the fastest payout. If any of you are interested, make sure that you have used the code T2 Wizard. Also, trade day. I would love to talk about a bit about the trade day. I will wait for trade day and for this trade day. If any of you are interested about trade day as well, guys, I really don't have anything to do right now. If the market go higher, then I'll be able to frame another trade. If it keep falling like this way, I won't be able to re-enter over here. If any of you are interested about this trade day, the code is T2 Wizard. It is really awesome. I would love to show you something. So here, intraday, end of the day. So I'm not interested to show you the intraday because this is absolutely shit to me. Intraday, I don't like it. It's a trap for the trader to blow their account, in my opinion. Okay, but still, some of you can accept this intraday. Please go for it and check it by yourself. I'd love to come over here for the end of the day. Now here to the top, actually here you have the first pass. That means, uh, like let me start with the here. Okay, quick pay, and I will show you the 50K account. Where is that 50K account? Okay, the profit target is $3,000. Trailing max drawdown $2,000. That means $2,000 is their maximum drawdown. Position limit 5 contract. You don't need to worry about that because you will never go for that 50 micro contract. I'm watching the chart actually. So don't think that I'm not watching the chart. I'm also watching the chart from my left hand side over here. So if there is any entry opportunity, I'll immediately go to the chart. Okay, from here I'm just watching the chart as well. So if there is any opportunity, I'll immediately move to the chart. But so far there is no opportunity. Has to go higher to trade some that daily bearish gap one more time before framing any short of sell. No buy is valid over here first of all. So here consistency has 30% consistency, minimum trading day 5 days, reset fee something like $85, activation fees, no activation fees you have. If you use the code T2 Wizard, you will get a 50% discount, I believe so. Yeah, 50% discount, you'll get it, okay? When you will get funded, the funded rules is over here. Trailing same drawdown, okay? End of the day is $2,000. That is the maximum drawdown. Milestone, no consistency, no buffer, nothing. Minimum payout 1 day. So if you can trade 1 day, you will be able to request your payout. Profit split 50-50 below 4K. I'm sorry, that is below 4K, you will get a 50-50 profit split. Profit after 4K, okay? After your 4K, you will get 80-20 profit split. When you'll go to the funded life, you'll get like 90-10, something like that. Position limit 5 microcon or something like that. Over here, this is actually fastest payout. That means you will get the quick pay. I'm just not sure about the payout buffer. I mean, do you really, when you will pass the account, if you make $250, are you going to, okay, Suzivan, can you please confirm this one to me? What does it mean, payout buffer? That means you don't need any buffer like other platform. First I have to make $2,000, then I'll be able to request the payout. It does it mean that it doesn't have any buffer? Just confirm that to me, okay? I'm really confused about this one. But if it doesn't need any sort of buffer, that is the best in my opinion, okay? So I'll say it is better than the Lucid Trading even. if it doesn't need any kind of buffer. That is for the quick pay. And if you go for the fastest pass, okay, so the profit target is same, $3,000. I'm showing you the end of the day. 3,000 maximum drawdown, $2,000 position limit 5 contract, consistency 45%, minimum trading days 3, reset fees 99, no activation fees. When you'll go to the funded account, same $2,000 maximum drawdown, none, consistency none, minimum trading days 5 days, minimum profitable days at least $150 should be. Minimum payout request $250. Profit is split 80-20, funded sim 90-20, funded live. Okay. Position limit to contract. Let me see, brother. This platform seems better than Take Profit Trader. It's really better than Take Profit Trader, and it's much more cheaper in my opinion. By the way, market is just falling, so I will have nothing to do in this fall. If I were in this trade, I would hold the trade until this sell side liquidity, but I'm not able to enter over here. So you guys can see this one, like this is fastest pass. You will pass this very fast. But quick pay, if there is no buffer, man, I will invite to all of you to join this. When you will be in funded account, make $500, request that $500. Yes, according to the rules, you can take profit anytime without waiting to make the buffer. But commission will be, I don't give a shit about the 50% commission. Lot of people like Sujivan, you will be agree with me. Not only Sujivan, but also I think all of you will be agree with me. When you will pass an account, okay, and you need to make the buffer at first, $2,000. First day you have made some profit like $700. Second day you have made some profit, maybe another $700. Third day you also make some profit, another 500, $600. So overall you have made the buffer. Now fourth day, when you are so much excited and you want to make just $500 to request the payout, you blow the account. But in comparing with this, if you don't need to make any sort of buffer, first day you have made $500. 50-50 is the profit split. I don't care, man, because I'm going to get $250, right? Now look how much it's gonna cost. $887 only. $87 only. I have already got $250. That means that I am able to buy another 2, 3 account already by that first payout. Maybe second day is also a good day to me. And I also make some profit over there. And I'm going to request that profit as well. Oh man. Like think like that way. If you don't need to make the buffer, you are a king. Just need to make sure that if it with your code in on Lucid, just 30% discount. If owner, if you have used two account already, then you should get 40%. After 5 account, you will get only 30% with anyone's code actually. Not only my code, anyone's code brother. Your first 2 account is gonna give you 50% discount, and then 40%, and then finally the 30%. You can try others code as well. If you get 50%, go for it, brother. But I believe that you are not going to get 50% discount anymore. If you have already used uh 2, 4, 4, 6, I guess 6 account. Brother, how many accounts can you have with this prof from? Let me see. Chat with us, okay? How many accounts I will be I will be able to trade all together. All together. Let's see what it says. The number of account you can trade is not specified in the provided document. However, it mentions that position limits are fixed according to the evaluation you take and are mapped to your funded accounts. When you pass, you can trade up to 50 lots micro. Okay, for more, not that. No, start again. Okay, how many FUNDED funded account I can trade at once. Now, one time by one, how to say that? How many funded account I can trade at a time? At a time. Let's see what does it say. Traders can have up to 6 accounts at any one time. The maximum number of active funded SIM account is 3. Traders can have up to 5 funded live accounts. Please find the articles, multiple accounts. Okay. So I think you can have 3 accounts altogether, I guess. 3 account. Okay. Funded SIM account 3 and 5 funded live account. 5 funded live account and 5 funded SIM should be 3 maybe. And traders can have up to 6 accounts at any one time. I don't know what does it mean, but it is something like that. So, guys, I'm asking you guys if you are really interested about this trade day. Please make sure you have used the code T2 Wizard and just just watch them. Okay, it's really one of the best in my opinion, and a very good substitute of take profit trader in my opinion. I think Utshuk and Sujivan is using my code with this, and they have the payout certificate. I guess they are showing. So this is the trade day. If you want, I can share the link. Actually, okay, I think it's more than more than still nothing. Let's wait a bit more until the last macro to see if it can provide something. That sell side liquidity can be a beautiful sell side liquidity, but let's see if it can really interested to provide some sort of uh, up run at first. There's the link for the trade day. If any of you are interested, you can click on that link, and it will provide you directly to the trade day. And Lucid, right? Puna, you told that it's going to give you the. Let me ask to the chat actually why it's not happening. I mean, why it's not working. I don't know why it's not opening. If any of you are interested to go for the buy, please do that. I'm not seeing any opportunity yet to go for the buy, even though it tapped to the 50-minute last fair value gap just above the sell side liquidity. I'm interested to see a bit reaction so that I can frame another sell. I'm just not interested to see this to keep going higher. If you do that, I'll see. But I will go for that after 11 a.m. So far, we have found two beautiful setup. One is just partial, another one is a boom. But let's see if it can provide us another one opportunity. In a day, you don't need 3, 4, 5 entries. Let's see what did he say. Your affiliate code won't give a 50% discount because we don't offer any discounts on Lucid Max Evolution. The listed price is final price, and so if you are asking 30% on discount from your affiliate code is just standard price and even be charged affiliate code are for earning commission 10% on Eval and the reset can no, I was not looking for that. But brother, so far I know that if you use at least two accounts, if you have already bought two account, the first two accounts should give you 50% discount. The next four account, if I'm not mistaken, is going to give you 40% discount. And then the last three accounts are going to give you, I mean, sorry, rest of the accounts you're going to get 30% discount from the Lucid Trading, if I'm not mistaken. And it's going to happen if you use my code or any other's code. But you can try as well, brother. Apex, I'm not able to show you the Apex because from Bangladesh, the Apex is banned actually. So if I write it on Apex, Apex trading, that's why I'm not also able to trade the Apex trading now these days because it's banned actually. So you see here, Apex trading. Sorry, but you are in a country that has been blocked from accessing our service. So when I'm in Bangladesh, sorry, in Portugal, I'm able to enter into the Apex. But while I'm in Bangladesh, I'm not able to enter into the Apex Trader funding. Okay, so I have to use the VPN to get the access of the Apex trading, Apex Trader funding actually over here because it is a banned country from Bangladesh. For Apex, we have 90% discount. This is really awesome if you want to manage a huge amount of accounts altogether, like 20 accounts. That's awesome. I'll buy next time trade day. That's make sure, Sharada, you have used the code T2 Wizard, man. So, I mean, I understand it, brother. And thank you. What prop firms would you say are the best right now? Like your top five in order. If you're a consistent, I mean, if you are a very disciplined trader, go with Apex. Apex is the only platform that's going to give you the financial freedom. The more accounts they are going to allow you, the better opportunity you will have to get the freedom from trading. For example, Apex has 20 accounts. You can trade all 20 accounts altogether. So if you can make $50, $100 by copy trading, it's actually going you are going to make $2,000 per day. In my opinion, if you are a disciplined trader and you are not a gambler, you forget about every rules of Apex. They are not going to harm you at all if you are a disciplined trader. So if you really are disciplined trader, go with the Apex account. Okay, they are really awesome. They're the best in my opinion. Now, out of Apex, if you wanna go, then I prefer take profit trader. Okay, to be honest, take profit trader just because they have the daily payout. So I highly appreciate if you guys really go for the take profit trader. But they have the trailing drawdown as well. So deal with that trailing drawdown. If you can do it, that's awesome. Okay, take profit trader is really awesome. So I can't stop myself by saying that. Now trade day is actually just a copy of take profit trader I just showed you few times ago. Like trade day is really like I'll say like how to say that? I mean, if they don't have the buffer at all, I will say trade is better than take profit trader. If they don't have the buffer, okay. So if you go here, quick pay, end of the day, like end of the day, intraday $62, no activation fees, okay. no activation fees. End of the day, $87. So you are going to pay more if you go for the end of the day. Still, that is valid to me, and it's still that is a better opportunity to me. Intraday is highly risky for me, and it's a trap for the trader, in my opinion. But end of the day, where you don't need to deal with the trailing drawdown. So you will take the partial, you will hold your trade by putting your stop loss to the break even. If it hit your target, you will be boom. It will be your boom. If it stop you out to the break even, you don't need to worry about any losing money. But intraday, you are going to lose the money even if you get stopped out to the break even. So in my opinion, you should go to the end of the day. Okay. And if you see to the payout rules, and if you see over here, this told that payout buffer none. That means if you can make after getting the funded account, okay, you pass the eval account, eval rules, you pass $3,000 by consistency, 30% consistency. That means in a day you are not allowed to make more than $900. Okay, good, no problem. You will stop around 800, $850. Like this way you will keep trading. When you will pass and you will go to the fund date for the first day. See, minimum days to pay out. That means daily payout. You is maybe okay, I'm not sure about that. Maybe you also don't need to make the buffer. But in take profit trader, you have to build the buffer at first. And that time you have to deal with the intraday drawdown. That is really disaster. So if you really doesn't need to make any buffer and you can make like $500, they will take 50-50. I don't care. Still you will get $250. That is gonna give you another opportunity to buy more accounts, and then you will be able to, like, you will get your freedom. The next day you will make another $500, you will get another 250 until 4K. So when you will be more than 4K, for example, the first day you have made 4K. Just for the sake of this conversation, for the first day you have made 4K. So you will be allowed to get 2K, and they will take 2K. Okay. If you are more than 4K, they're going to take 80%. You are going to get 80%. They're going to take 20%. You don't need to worry about the 50-50 anymore. If you wait until 4K, of course, you're not going to do that. So until 4K, they will take 50%. But when you will get that 50-50, whatever it is, like first day you have made $1,000, no limit. Okay. Make $10,000 by first day, make $5,000, make $500, make $200, at least $250. Okay. At least $250. Request it and make sure that your investment is in your pocket at first. So go to the eval, pass the eval. From the first day, you will start to get the payout. That is why I'm saying if it is no buffer, it is better than take profit trader. 1000 times better than take profit trader. 1000 times. First of all, it is cheaper comparing to take profit trader. Secondly, it has the, like the fastest payout. One day, like just by one day, no buffer, like awesome, just awesome. So I prefer this trade day against take profit trader. Just being seeing this one. It's up to you, of course. And if you ask me more about, I love lucid trading. I don't know why, but I love lucid trading. This is awesome. I mean, they're really awesome. I prefer the Lucid Flex actually. It's cheaper comparing to Lucid Pro. You see, Lucid Pro 50K account is gonna cost $129, I guess, or 50% discount. I don't know how much it will be. Lucid Flex, if it is the first time you are using the Lucid Trading, then you will get a 50% discount of $140. So it's gonna cost you $70. Okay, if you have already trading Lucid account, you have lot of accounts, then it's gonna cost $98, I guess. So however it is, this is my favorite one right now. This is all I would love to say. But if you can ask me about Top Step, I really don't know about their current rules because it's been a long. I don't trade the Top Step. I have been trading Top Step in 2023, and I got a huge amount of money from Top Step in 2023. And after 2023, 2024, I lose a lot of money for their bullshit things and for my bullshit trading. Like bullshit, all everything was bullshit in 2024. So I stopped Top Step actually to watch, even look for there any kind of offer or anything. Like I don't know. My funded futures, bullshit. I don't like them. So if you ask me, I'll go with Apex. After Apex, take profit trader. If you're good with the trailing drawdown, then I'll say take profit trader or trade day, whichever you feel good. Third, lucid trading. Fourth, Tradify. Like Tradify is also good. I don't know, but someone told me that someone told me that Tradify has the daily payout as well. Okay, I'm not sure about that. Right now they have 35% discount. So if you use the code T2 Wizard, you'll get 35% discount. Okay. But let me see actually if they have any daily payout or not. Okay. Funding in 1 day, funding in 3 days, lighting instant funding. I'll see the 50K account. Let me see Susan Path daily, payout frequency daily, flex 5 days. Evaluation, choosing funded path after. Okay. So play. Okay. So here is the daily. So if you come over here, uh, this is the growth. If you want to trade the growth, good. But I prefer this one. Funding in 3 days. That is awesome. Or the lighting one is the the direct funding. There is no eval. So simply you don't need to worry about the passing any account. That is the lighting. But I prefer this one, which is the select. Right now, this is really so popular. No activation fees, nothing. And you see here, profit target is $3,000. Maximum drawdown is $2,000. Daily loss limit, none. Consistency for 40%. So you will need 3 days to pass the account. Reset fee, you don't need to worry about that. Activation fees, nothing. Max contract, you don't need to worry about that as well because you'll never go more than 5 micro contracts. So whatever it is, I don't give a shit about that. Now, when you will pass the Eval account, you have two options to choose. First, daily, second, flex. What is the benefit of daily? Payout, you will get daily payout, simply daily payout. Okay, but I prefer that. I think that you have to make the buffer at first, $2,000 buffer. After that you will get the ability, you'll get the ability to get the payout every day. Maximum payout $1,000, consistency none, daily loss limit $1,000, maximum drawdown to $2,000. If you choose flex, then you will be able to get the payout after 5 days. Every after 5 days you will get the payout. $3,000 is the max payout. Maximum payout you'll be able to request for $3,000. And the more time you will spend, the higher opportunities it will be to blow that account. So when see this daily payout, it just maximum is $1,000. Do you know why? And why it is $3,000? Because you will think, oh, I'm going to get the $3,000, but for getting that $3,000, you have to trade 5 days. The more days you will trade, the more a higher probability you will blow that account. The less days you will trade, there is a high probability you will get the payout. That's why it's $1,000. And that's why it's $3,000 maximum payout. Okay. So you can maximum request $3,000 because they knows that if you trade 5 days, okay, at least 5 days, there is 90% people they're going to blow that account. So they don't need to worry about that. Very small amount of people will be able to survive 5 days. But daily, maybe you are extremely lucky, so in a day you have made maybe $3,000. So they have to pay you $3,000. Maybe next day you will blow that account, but still they have to pay you $3,000. That's why they put it $1,000. I prefer to go with the daily instead of 5 days. The more faster you will get the payout request, you will be able to give the payout request, the better it will be, in my opinion. So this Tradify is also good. The cost is going to be $107 if you use the code T2 Wizard. In my opinion, that is also good for Tradify. If any of you are interested about Tradify, that is also good. Okay, 5 minutes is still left before the last macro. I'm still waiting for the last macro to see if it can provide me anything. I'm finally interested to see if this sell side liquidity is going to be taken or not. I am talking with the funded next. Actually, I don't know about the funded next yet, but they gave me an offer that they're going to provide me a code for funded next. Let's see if they gave me that. I'll look for the funded next as well. Some of you told me that it's good. That's why I'm talking with them. Otherwise, I was not interested about funded next. Brother, I'm seeing the 50-minute chart. Pitbull. I'm also seeing the 50-minute chart as well. Like on my chart. See here. This is the 15-minute chart. I'm watching this gap over here. It has tapped to this gap, 15-minute last gap. This is the last sell side liquidity over here. So it has traded so far this last fair value gap. I'm watching, can it go through this last fair value gap and go for the sell side liquidity, or is this last fair value gap going to hold the market? Remember, this is the extremely strong fair value gap above the sell side liquidity. This is the last fair value gap. So this gap has the power to stop the market and send it higher again. It has that power. So I'm interested to see, can it break this last gap and go for that sell side liquidity. So here from the 50-minute chart, see how beautifully it is holding the market. So I'm watching this as well. I'm also watching this hourly chart over here, and I'm seeing, can it close below the 50% of this gap? Even if it failed to close below this gap, right? This is the low of that hourly gap. Even if it failed to close below this gap, I prefer it to close below the 50% of this gap. So I'm also watching that things from the hourly chart, if it can do that. And you see here, I was watching this opening gap as well. Can it work as a resistance and send the market lower the opening gap? First, I wanted to see it to work as a support, send it higher. When it has broken it, I was interested to see, can it work as a resistance, any of this 50% upper quadrant, and send it lower toward that sell side liquidity over here. So I'm also watching this thing, brother, from my other chart actually. I'm trading to Aval accounts with trade day. Will let you know when I get payout. Thank you, Suzivan, for saying that, man. Thank you so much, brother. You can have up to 6, but mixed between Aval, SIM, and live. Max 3 SIM, max 5 live. Thank you, Jamil. Thank you so much, brother. You can have 5 live and 1 SIM. Okay, that's awesome. 6 account, that is also good. Not bad. Check dealing range. I'm not interested to go for any kind of dealing range over here. First of all, the reason is this market has went too far, and then whatever rejection I'm seeing here, there is something confirmed to me is this last sell side liquidity. So if the dealing range start to react over there or around here, the dealing range should be on my left hand side. Still, it is holding the market. I prefer this market to go higher at intraday. When you get funded, the first pass is end of the day, but with that one, it doesn't say payout buffer. I don't think so. They have the intraday or something like that. Let me check again. Trade day. I'm not sure. Okay. Mm, okay. Here. So I'm going to mark it here. Okay. Drawdown. Intraday drawdown. Quick pay. Going to funded rules. Trailing max drawdown. Calculated intraday. Okay. So it's the intraday drawdown. How long? Drawdown $2,000. Okay. Until $2,000, it's intraday. Thank you, brother, for confirming that. Yeah, guys, please, before choosing any account, read them very carefully, and then if it work with you, go for it. Still, first day without buffer, if you are allowed to take the entry, I prefer to go for this one, even though it has the intraday drawdown, because you don't need to make $2,000. Just make $500, get the payout. That's all. Make sure that your investment is back. After that, you take a risk, or maybe you will blow the account. I don't care, because your investment is back. So you have invested $87, you got $200, your investment is back. Now you have the opportunity to buy another two account, something like that. I'm not saying that you are going to blow that account. I'm just saying if you blow the account. But if you are like maybe 3 days, you are really good, just for 3 days, and every day you will make $200, $200, $200. Okay, overall 400. So 200, 200, 200, 50, 50, right? So $600. That's gonna give you another huge opportunity to buy at least 7 to 8 account, more 7 to 8 account. Okay, so something like that. I mean, all I care about this payout buffer. If there is no buffer, go for it, man. Trust me. The less you will trade, the better opportunity it will be to get the payout. But to be honest, previously they didn't have the intraday drawdown. I think trailing calculated end of the day. Yeah, but To be honest, previously they didn't have the intraday drawdown. I don't know why they have added this right now. Maybe. Has someone here tried trade day? Hey, Ellie, let me see if I think Uchuk and Suzivan, they're trading the trade day. Ellie, brother, hasn't Lucid got a consistency rules on the funded account? If you go to the Lucid, right? If you go to the Flex account, they don't have the consistency. I love the Flex. Okay, to be honest, it's cheaper. First of all, it's cheaper compared to Lucid Pro. If it is the first time, you will get 50% discount out of $185. Uh, like you'll watch it. Oh, this market is reacting so beautifully from here. So let's see if it can take some sort of swing high before falling again. If I love the Lucid Flex, okay, it's much more cheaper. And if you go to the funded rules, there is no consistency. See here, you can make $10,000 by the first day. But if you go to the Lucid Pro and go to the funded rules, it has the funded account, it has the consistency 40%. So if you choose Lucid Pro, around the eval, there is no consistency. But you will have 40% consistency on the funded. And if you choose Flex, then in the eval, you have the consistency, 50% consistency. So you will need 2 days to pass it at least. But in the funded, there is no consistency. Simply no consistency. But you have to trade 5 days actually. And each day has to be at least $150 to count it as a profitable day. And you also have to make to $2,100 plus $500, so almost $2,600 to request a $500 payout. Then they will take it 80-20 split. Yes, daily payout 1K maximum, 150K. Go for it. If any of you are interested, trade day, go for it. If they don't have the buffer, I don't think so. They have the buffer. If I took daily with them, wow, reflect and grow. Thank you so much, brother. Is that the trade day, brother? Reflect and grow. Trade has crypto payout option. I don't know that. Reflect and grow. Are you here, man? I saw your profit yesterday. Is that trade day, brother? I don't see any name of this prop firm actually, so I don't know which account is that. Let me see if any of you has taken some trade today. Okay, focus. You took that sell. Congratulations, brother, for getting that boom. Today I framed two trade. First from the order block, got the partial and stopped out to the break even. Okay. So here to here, that was the partial of nearly 36 handle partial, then got stopped out to the break even by this area. And then I took another sell here, which was from this gap. And that was a beautiful boom for nearly 80 handle. I just close it over here because I needed to get the boom. Otherwise, I would hold it until here, around that area. So 136 handle, something like that. But however, that is a good day for me. Actually, I framed two trade. Both of them are winning trade. I have traded Eval account right now. Okay, Sharda. Let me check actually. If you have any question, any of you actually, it is very easy to clear your confusion by coming here, chat with us, and no, and then start again. And do you have crypto payment? Do you have CRYPTO crypto what? Payout option. Payout option, right? Payout option. Let me see what does it say. Yes, we do have a crypto payout option. Riseworks offers two options for payout, Bankwire and crypto. You can find more information on how to add the crypto account and best practices for crypto withdrawals through the following links. Okay. So if you can simply come over here and ask the question, I hope you'll get the reply, brother. So they have the crypto payout option as well. Still nothing to do. Remember what did I say? This gap should send the market higher to take some liquidity, then fall to get the sell side liquidity. This is called the last fair value, the strongest last fair value gap. This is from the 15-minute chart, so you can't use the 1 minute candle to use anything over here except the order block. So, for example, I'm interested to take a buy. My bias is bullish. In that type of scenario, this would be my buy over here. This candle has validated this order block. The next candle tap to this order block. If my bias was bullish, okay, I'm not bullish, I would take the buy over here. Stop loss below the order block. As you can see, it's 49 handle, so I'm not able to do that. To cover at least here. And then I would hold my trade at least to the top of this line, at least over here. And then I would hold my trade for this high over here if I were bullish. Now I'm not bullish, so I'm not taking it. I'm just watching it. How do I know that it's going higher? Because this last gap from the 15-minute chart, okay, it's not from 1 minute chart, it's from 15-minute chart. This is the sell side liquidity. Above this sell side liquidity, this is the strongest last fair value gap ever you have ever seen in your life. The last candle is one of the best order block. When it has been validated, it should send the market higher to clear some liquidity. Now, stop loss is over here. Why? Because my stop loss, I don't want to put like 50 handle stop loss. That's why I'm just interested to take some risk over here to see if it can keep going higher and take at least this buy side liquidity from that order block. If my bias was bullish. Otherwise, if my bias is not bullish, I'll simply let this go without taking the trade from this order block. I don't care how confident I am about this run, but I'm not interested to take this trade. Why? Because my bias is bearish. It doesn't need to clear this high. It can simply fall and take the close below this last fair value cap and then keep falling for this sell side liquidity. So I don't need to take this risk over here. If it works, I wanna see it will work. But if it doesn't work, I don't give a shit. Yesterday, when I framed to losing trade, one guy told that I saw that Uchuk just remove his comment, but he's told all that you took the losing trade, man. Losing trade is the part of this game. That is the part of this game. If you ever think that you're not going to take the losing trade, you're not even a trader. You're just either a lucky guy or you are just a noob, a beginner. So your daily, like the payout system or the daily calendar, there should be some red days. Has to be some red days over there. Operators provided like 35 handle has been provided, so I would go for 1:1 partial, and then I would try to hold the trade over here. Do you think it is going to fall? Of course, it can fall, but I will look for the fall if the liquidity is taken. As long as not only this liquidity, I prefer this market to go above this high. To be honest, after coming here, then fall, I'm interested to catch the sell. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to take the buy. It's not my bias, so I'm not interested to take that buy. When market was here, I didn't have any bias in that specific area. No bias, no buy, no sell. So I preferred the buy from the order block. This is that order block. Why I was not interested to use this order block? First of all, this is the daily chart, daily fair value gap. So from the daily fair value gap to 1 minute order block, I'm not believing that shit. So I needed the confirmation that it's holding the market. When this candle and then this candle supported this candle, I was confident to take the buy from this order block. So I took the buy over here until this gap. I'm confident this market will go, and then I will observe this gap. Can it go through this gap? If it go through this gap, I prefer this market to go for this buy side liquidity. Sorry, not that buy side liquidity. The last fair value gap from 15-minute chart below the buy side liquidity, at least to the low. If it can go through this, that buy side liquidity is obvious. And then trade here. trade the 15-minute breaker block, entry fair value gap from the 22 bearish model from the 15-minute chart, fall, gave me this beautiful market structure shift. It's not the liquidity taken, it's the market structure shift. Fair value gap, trade this fair value gap. I took the sell from this fair value gap. Then consecutive order block has traded the order block and market just keep falling. Where did it came? Again, the last fair value gap from the 15-minute chart, which is just above the sell side liquidity, right? So what does it mean? It means that this last fair value gap is going to give you a reaction. Always expect some kind of reaction from the last fair value. Always. What do I mean by reaction? Reaction means it will take the internal liquidity, right? You have heard about the internal liquidity. So it is going to take the internal liquidity. Where is the internal liquidity so far? This swing high is the internal liquidity. That swing high is the internal liquidity. And then market build another swing high over here. See here, swing high, fall, take that swing high. I still believe it will go higher, but it has already taken some swing high. So it has already cleared the internal liquidity over here. Now, if it close below this 50-minute gap with the setup 22 bearish model, I'm not able to take that sell. Why is that? Because if it close, there is a high probability it will keep falling and take the sell side liquid. There is a high probability, but I'm not able to take that sell. Why? Because I don't have any sort of high time frame point of interest over here. What is my high time frame point of interest? Above this high, there is a 15-minute bearish fair value gap. Above this high, there is a 15-minute bearish fair value gap. Just go and check. So if this market come here and then started to fall, I'm allowed to go for the sell from that area, from this area, because I have the high time frame point of interest over here. So when this is falling, and some of you are getting very confused, why it is falling, why it is falling? It is falling to clear some internal sell side liquidity to go higher again, to take this buy side liquidity, that buy side liquidity, trade the 50-minute bearish gap, then start to fall for this sell side liquidity. I'm interested to see this market to go higher over here. It is building the trap over here. See this zone. I'm not saying it's going to do that, okay? But I'm just showing you the logic over here. See this zone over here? This is a beautiful resistance zone around this area. So all the people are saying this resistance is going to work. What is the market? Bearish, right? All of you see like this way. It's a bearish market. This is a resistance. I miss the trade over here. So I'm going to take the trade from there because this is resistance is going to work. And every single time there is a red candle, they're going to enter over here. What this market is going to do? Boom. Stopping them out, coming to this area, falling again for this sell side liquidity. So when they will get stopped out, they'll start to think that this is the bottom. So take the buy at the bottom. I missed the buy from here. Start to buy from here or maybe here. They will start to take the buy and the market will start to fall again. How many likes did I get today? Not bad. 65 people watching, 55 likes. Not bad. Why you are not taking this buy? Because my bias is bearish. So I'll let the buy go. I'll frame the sell. This is for scalping. Those people who are interested to scalp, they can go for this type of scalping over here. Look at this zone, okay? Remember this zone. That is a beautiful resistance zone here. This whole box is the beautiful resistance zone. Market can't break this zone because this is a bearish market, right? Bearish market come here, build a resistance. It can't break this resistance. Maybe it will not break it. Okay, maybe it's not going to break it. But I don't want to take the sell over here. Why? Because it is building the resistance. Retail traders seeing this is a great opportunity to take the sell because they missed the sell over here around that area. They're going to chase the market over here. All I want to see to clear some liquidity to start to go higher again by working with the mean threshold of this order block. have a trade eval account right now. This is my two guy. Yeah. I'm trading trade eval now. If you choose the end of the day drawdown, your funded account will be end of the day as well. Okay, that's awesome, Suzivan. But it was showing that funded account was like intraday drawdown. That's how I was confused. Just a second, guys. I need to open the doors for them. As I'm not taking this trade, so let me put it to the just below the order block. This is the order block low, so stop loss should be below this. I'm not taking this trade, right? So I don't need to worry about the stop loss. So I'm going to show put the stop loss exactly below the order block where I should put my stop loss, just to see if it can work or not. No buy is valid. Sorry, no sell is valid over here to me. First of all, the reason is if I took the sell, what is the difference between me and the retail trader? Both of us are going to do the same thing. So I don't want to take the sell. I can't take the buy as well. So what I have to do, I have to let the market go higher, then fall. If it happens, I'm able to take the trade. If it doesn't happen, no trade is valid to me. I'll just simply let this market to go. Okay. That order block has been taken. So market is falling. Okay, I'll miss the trade. Like here the sell I'll miss. If it really keep falling, I'll miss the trade. I really don't care about that. All I need for this market to go higher at first, then fall. To take the liquidity, then fall. If it doesn't do that, I'll let the fall go without taking any trade. That's broken, so it's not valid anymore. I think it has built another order block. We'll observe. My bias is bullish, okay? My bias was bullish. Think like that think like that way. So I take this trade over here and I got stripped out over here. Okay, just for the sake of this conversation, I got stripped out over here. And then I saw another candle that is closed below this candle, and this candle has closed above this candle. I will go again for this buy. I'm not bullish. I'm not taking this trade. I'm just saying what I would do if my bias was bullish. You remember some days ago when I took my first trade, and that was a losing trade, and then immediately I took another trade from the next order block. Exactly from the next order block. I would love to go for this order block trade again for this line again. I'm not bullish. I'm not taking this buy. This is not a valid buy, but if it really would love to go higher, it should react from this last gap. If it is the liquidity for the market, internal liquidity that has been cleared over here, and then interested to fall for this sell side liquidity, leaving this liquidity for the later purpose. That means after clearing the sell side, I'm interested to go for this buy side liquidity. In that type of scenario, maybe I'll be able to take the buy here for that buy side liquidity if I'm here around the PM session and I'm interested to go for. But that sell, I'm not able to take that sell. Why? Because the market didn't clear the liquidity I was expecting. At least this swing high, better this swing high. As it didn't clear it, I'm not interested to take any short of sell. No sell is valid to me. I'll simply let the market fall to take the sell side liquidity. So my bias was bearish. I didn't take the buy because my bias was bearish. So I was not interested to take the buy. I'm also not able to take the sell just because the buy market didn't provide me the buy. I know it's very difficult for some of you to let the market go without taking any entries, but this is how we should work on this market. Thank you so much, guys, for being over here. I think it's done for today. We'll see you around the PM session. If I find something good, I'll look for. Uh, if I find something good, I'll try to share it with you guys through our Discord. But let me show you the expectation after clearing this sell side liquidity. So here, after clearing this sell side liquidity, you see this gap over here, around here, hourly gap. uh, Extremely this gap. Okay, I'm not interested to see this market to come to this gap, but at least to this gap. After clearing this sell side liquidity from 15-minute chart, you can mark this gap as well from 15-minute chart if you want. I have no problem with that. But I prefer this market to come at least to this gap, and then I will start to look for the buy again. If it doesn't come over here, no buy is valid to me. After it coming over here, no sell is valid to me. So if I would love to take the sell, it has to go higher, take some liquidity, then it has to fall. Otherwise, no sell is valid. I'll let the fall go to take the sell side liquidity. Otherwise, if it go higher and cleared some sort of buy side liquidity, then start to fall for this sell side liquidity, I'll try to frame the sell over here. So first of all, if this market failed to take this sell side liquidity over here, that sell side liquidity failed to take this sell side liquidity. Instead of that, went higher and came to this gap over here, this candle low, this candle high. There is a 50-minute gap. Come here without clearing this sell side liquidity. I'll start to look for selling opportunity again for this sell side liquidity, and more importantly, until this hourly but 15-minute parabolic, whatever you would love to say. It will come over here, buy anyhow after clearing this high and trading this gap, or maybe simply it fall over here. Just simply fall and trade this gap. If it fall and trade this gap over here, I'll start to look for buy again from this specific fair value gap. I'll start to look for buy from that gap to until this buy side liquidity by tomorrow. We have the FOMC, so by using that FOMC, I'll look for that buying opportunity for that buy side liquidity, and obviously for the all time high. So today I didn't have any bias and I have just framed to trade. I think it was a good day. In my opinion, that was a good day. So that is the two plan around the PM session, whatever is going to happen. If you have any question, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna close the stream for now. How was the trade? How was the day, guys? By the way, is there anyone who got any of this trade, like buy or sell? Any of them? Any of you got any of them? Just before I close the stream, how was the day, you guys? Yes, I'm green across 4 Evolves account. Congratulations, Sujivan, for your green, man. I'm missing your payout screenshot for a long period of time, brother. I'm really missing your payout screenshot. Give us some screenshot, man. It's gonna give us a lot of confidence that I can do. If Sujivan can do it, why I can't do it? I will be able to do it. So I will do it. Uchuk, I'm green on paper account. That's awesome, brother. Paper account is the best account right now in this market. So if you don't have enough money, just do the paper trade for some few days, a few more days. I think the Iran conflict is going to be paused for a specific period of time, and this market will do behave a bit normally. I think so. I got that trade with you. My day is green. Thanks to you. You're most welcome, Jamil. And congratulations, brother. Don't try to blow the account. Oh, sorry, don't try to give the profit back to the market again. Don't put your profit on the gamble table again. Okay. You got the profit. Either switch to paper account or switch to another account. Okay. Don't give it back. Profit is profit. Don't give it back. I know, brother, I haven't been doing well emotionally. Will start getting payout soon. To loss, stop, Sujivan. Stop over leveraging. This is the two things I'm asking from every single one of you. Just follow these two things and do whatever you want to do. Don't do over leverage. So fix your maximum loss. If you are using a 50K account, I prefer to take maximum $400, $350 loss maximum in a day. So if you take $300 loss or $350 loss by one trade, stop over there. If it takes like 10 trades to reach $350 loss, then go for 10 trades. I don't care about that. But fix your maximum loss. 350 to 300 is the best for 50K account. So when your maximum loss is fixed, focus over here. You are not allowed to go above your maximum fixed loss. If you can do, just follow this. Two loss, stop. It's not working today for you. Maybe your bias is wrong. Maybe market is shit. Maybe this is not a right period of time. Maybe you are emotionally broken. Maybe there is something wrong. Something is wrong. That's why it's not working. Stop over there. Come back tomorrow. What When you are going to get a loss, what do you think at first? I'm going to mitigate my loss, making more monies, right? That is the thinking process. All of the traders think like that way. I took a loss, $150 loss. So what is my thinking process? Okay, by the next trade, I'm going to mitigate that loss plus making some money. This is the thinking process. So when you get two loss, maybe $300, and now third time you're going to enter, you are not going to thinking to make $500. So you are now thinking that, can I mitigate my loss at least so that I can put my stop loss to the $300 loss area, and then if I can make another $500, that will be awesome. Just do the same thing the day after. I mean, just tomorrow, exactly the same thing. But your whole thinking process will be fully rolled over, and you will see that this market is a very new market to you. You don't give a shit about your yesterday's loss. Nothing you care about that. So yesterday I took two losses. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to mitigate that loss by yesterday. I'll come tomorrow to mitigate my loss. And I will hold the trade and I'll mitigate my loss today. Maybe I didn't mitigate my loss. Maybe I mitigate 50% of my loss. I don't care. I'll be back tomorrow again. Like, this is how we should work, okay? Just follow these rules. If any of you are struggling with your psychology, emotional attachment, nobody in this market is emotionless. If anyone tell you that, trade treat it as a business, okay? There should not be any emotion. Bullshit. I don't know if there is anyone who is a businessman. I'm doing a small business actually. I know how much emotional the business is, okay? Like, when something bad happens to your business, you are totally fucked up, man. Emotionally, you are totally fucked up. To be honest, man, I was totally fucked up for last few days or few weeks, few months, because like, your hard work, your plan, nothing is working over there just because of your luck. So luck is not favoring. Something is doing very wrong. Something is going to very wrong way, and emotionally you wanna tell me that to be strong, nearly impossible, man. So this trading is also like look like that. So when I entered into this trade, right over here, where was that entry? Do you really think that I was so strong when I took this entry, and it was very near to my stop loss, right? My stop loss was just above this high. So it was going higher and I was feeling like, oh, doesn't matter if it is. No, man, I was emotionally thinking, why, man? Why you are going higher? Please fall, please fall, please fall. I was doing that in my mind. Now, when it started to fall, fortunately, I managed my trade in a very specific way and it didn't stop me out. It was so precise. That's why I survived over here. However, when I put my stop loss around 16 handle, then I feel comfortable. Oh, even if it doesn't work, I don't give a shit because now it's 16 handle. But previously, when it was going to hit my 36 handle stop loss, I was feeling like, oh man, what is going to happen? What is it? So emotion. You have to be emotional. You are a human being. There will be emotion. If you are a robot, there will be no emotion. If you are artificial intelligence, you will have no emotion. But as long as you are a human being, you will have the emotion. Or if you are a cold-blooded murderer, then maybe you will have no emotion. Otherwise, you are a normal human being, man. There will be emotion. So if anyone tell you be emotionless, they're bullshit. All of the people are emotional. So if you wanna overcome the emotion, there is just one way, in my opinion. Two loss, stop. One win, at least the partial, okay? One win, at least the partial break even or partial hit your target, whatever it is. Stop over there. Either switch to another account, do the same thing. Two loss, stop. One win, stop. Or go to the paper trade and keep trading your paper trade if you're really emotional. Then just keep trading the paper trade. Reset, paper trade. Reset, paper trade. Reset, paper trade. Do like this type of things. But if it is over evil or the funded, two loss, stop. It's not working, man. You tried two times. You are a good trader. You have a big experience, long experience, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 2 years. but you have experience. You know something about this market. You know how to look for the model. You know how to look for the liquidity, the direction. You know everything, right? Almost everything you know that. You know, everyday's market is working sometimes, or most of the times it's working. So today, two times you tried, it didn't work. Stop over there. Trading is done for today. Come back tomorrow to mitigate your loss. It will work like magic. Like magic, it will work. I promise you, brother. Is it really go for new week opening gap? I don't know, Alizali. What is the new week opening gap? I don't know. I prefer this market to fall for this gap and then go higher. I highly appreciate it. See this shallow run? Still, that is the liquidity to me and the strongest liquidity over here. So I still believe this will fall for this shallow run one more time. Maybe it will go a bit higher and then fall. I don't care, but it will fall one more time and it will take this shallow run. I believe so. I can be wrong, but I believe that it will do that. I appreciate your advice. Thank you truly. I'm not giving you advice, Sujivan. I'm just sharing my thoughts with you, brother. I am not interested to give any of you to any kind of advice. Okay. I always appreciate you guys being here because I feel like I'm not alone here. Okay. I have someone to talk. Just because of that, I'm here. So I'm not interested to give any of you any kind of advice. I'm just sharing my thought thinking process, and I believe that if something can help you from me, okay, I can help you by anyhow. One day you will remember me, and you will pray to God, okay, for me a bit, for my mother maybe. So I need that, man. Just that prayer is more than enough for me. And most of you are more experienced than me, so I highly appreciate you guys. So you are here. I'm learning from you. I highly appreciate it, brother. Mhm. Thank you guys for being over here. Thank you, brother, for everything. For everything. You're most welcome, man. Amazing advice, brother. Thank you. Look how it has hit your level. Do you ever think it's worth it to hold for so long, even though price gave you so much handles mentally? Why? If I'm expecting this market is going to hit this sell side liquidity, I'll close my trade here. So, okay, to be honest, I wanted to hold the trade until this area. Okay, that was my level. I wanted to hold my trade, to be honest, until this area, but I closed my trade here just to ride on the boom. Didn't want to wait so much over here. So I was confident that this low is going to be taken. So I closed my trade over here exactly. But I wanted to hold the trade until this sell side liquidity, to be honest. So entry here, entry there, target is this sell side liquidity, 136 candle actually. Now I'm like gun to my head, something like that, and I'm 100% sure this is going to be taken. If you put my put the gun to my head and told me to hold it until here, I'll say no, man. I'm going to quit my trading, but I'm not going to hold my trade over here until that area. What is wrong with that? The extreme problem is it will give you a hope. I can take I can take like 1:9 risk to reward ratio. I can take one like 300 handle. I can take until here, right? I am saying that it should fall until here. So I can take 400 handle. I can take huge run. I shit give a shit about that. It will give you the expectation. So next time, what will happen when there is a selling opportunity? Okay, there is a buying opportunity. For example, you saw there is an opportunity to take a buy. Okay, and you know that this is going to hit maybe this buy side liquidity just for the sake of this conversation. You're not going to take your partial over here. Instead of that, maybe you'll put your stop loss to the break even. I don't know what you will do, but you will going to expect that I'm going to take another 100 handle or another like something like that. Okay, 100 handle, because it has given you the expectation. It has built your confidence. Like you are so much overconfident right now. You can catch 300 handle, 400 handle, 500 handle, 200 handle, 100 handle. You can catch it, and this is a bad habit in this trading industry. All I learned for all of these years from 2016 to until 2026, for this last 10 years, is that hope hope is the killer. If you are hoping, it is going to kill you. You can't hope. You have to make sure it's logical, it's mathematical. So what I'm going to hope, can it take 1:1? That is my hope. 1:1. there is 80% possibility. 80% possibility. Every single trade has a possibility to go 1:1. 80% possibility. So why I'm going to ignore that 1:1 possibility and would love to go for 1:2, 1:3, 1:5, 1:6? I'm not interested to do that. I make sure that 1:1 is taken, and then I'm going to close my trade in the most logical level. For example, I'm expecting this market will come here to the 50%, 50-minute bearish gap, but I have this buy side liquidity. I'll simply take the partial here and hold my trade by trailing the stop loss until this liquidity. Even if I'm 100% confident this will come over here, I don't give a shit. I'll close my trade. Every single opening contract, I'll close over there because that is the most logical level to me to close. Like here, that is the most logical level for this market to clear the liquidity. If it can close below, go below this daily bearish gap, it will come over here. So here, remember, when I took this buy, where is my target? That low of that last fair value gap, that was my maximum target. So I was trying to take a partial here, another partial here, and going to close my trade over here. What is wrong to hold my trade for this buy side liquidity? It can go for this buy side liquidity. I don't give a shit because that last fair value gap is the most logical level to me. So I want to close my trade over here, and that's more than enough for being profitable over here. Same here. That is the most logical level to close the trade over here. I don't care if it falls this sell side liquidity and for this gap and then go higher or not. I don't care about them. So this is my thinking process. Okay, I don't want to hope. I don't want to transfer my hope into greed. Greed. If you're greedy, the end line is die. You are going to die. So those people who are greedy, they'll be die. End of the day. It's not something like real die. Real death. It's kind of mentally you'll be dead. Something like that. As you said, that's my problem. No, you can't do that. I try to overcome from past 2 months. The more you will try, the better you will do. I believe that, bro. There is nobody who can change you. You are the one who is able to hold your hand. Not me, not Suzivan, not like Sammy. Nobody can hold your hand. You are the one who should hold your hand. Man, how long? How long you will lose? You have lost enough. Enough, man. How many accounts did you lose? 5, 10, 15, 20, 100, 150, 200. How many accounts did you lose? Lot of accounts. How many more you want to lose? You're doing something that is not working, right? What you are doing, you are greedy, you are not patient enough. If you see, like, you're you're falling into the FOMO trap. That's all you are doing. And when you are taking the loss, you always expect that every day will be green. So my target is $3,000. I will make $500 today, $500 tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, $500, day after tomorrow, $500. These are every day will be green, 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 and 3,000. How you are going to get this expectation? Social media. On the social media, you are seeing a lot of people, right? A lot of bullshit guru. They're showing that every single day is a green day. They're awesome. They're bullshit. They're noob. They're not a trader. Trust me, man, they're not even the trader. If you want to be a trader, there has to be a red box. Okay, green, green, red, green, green, red, green, red, like this way. If it works like that way, it means that you are mentally strong. So when you are seeing red, you can walk away from the chart. But if you want to make every day green because you are in rush to get the payout, you're not even a trader. You are just a beginner, just a noob. Like, maybe you are in this trading industry for 10 years, but still you are you're not even the same the guy who is you are the same like this guy who is trading for the first day today. So I came here, this is my first day of trading, and you are trading for 10 years. You and me are the same, exactly the same. There is no difference. These 10 years you wasted your time. The main problem, we can't let the red go. We have to let the red go. It's not my word, it's the word from um, uh, the biggest trader actually. What was his name? Trading in the zone. I forgot. Douglas, Mark Douglas, I guess. I forgot his name. How can it be? Okay, I just forgot his name. I think Mark Douglas or something like that is his name, the trading legend actually. But he told like this way. I believe it. As long as you're not going to let the red day go, you're not a trader. Every day, if your trading calendar is showing that every day you are green, trust me, man, you and the guy who is going to start trading for the first time in his life, you and he are the same, exactly same. You're not even a trader. But when You have losing days, a very calculative loss, okay, maybe 200, $300. I don't know how much. If you can let that go, come back tomorrow, and there is again a losing day for 200, $300, and you let this go, you are the trader. Now you are being a trader.